It's virtual CES 2021 at geekazine.com. All right, we have Steve Feher here, and you are, what's the name of your company once again, Steve?
My company's name is Feher ACH Incorporated.
Okay. Now, you have, it's very interesting. Now, tell people a little bit about who you are. You invented something that a lot of people use for the last, 35 years now, right?
Well, it really started to take off. The air-conditioned car seat started to take off around 2002, 2003, and it's very popular. And most of the, I'd say all of the top car companies offer it now.
Okay, yeah, I don't have that money, so I didn't get air-conditioned car seats, but. You went and moved on from there. You started working on stuff. And then, of course, you started working on headwear, correct? What do you got? Show us what you got there.
Well, yes. This is the air-conditioned hard hat. And
okay.
As you can see, it's designed to incorporate a cooling system in the back here. And what it does is it surrounds your head with air that's as low as 20 to 22 degrees Fahrenheit below ambient temperature, which removes heat from your body by cooling your scalp. And
wow.
Your scalp, the scalp is the single best place to remove heat from the human body because of the vascularity, the design of the vascularity of the scalp.
Yeah, it's one of the major points that I'm trying to remember how that goes. Like your head, the top of your head, your neck, your wrists, your groin area, and your feet. Those are the 5 areas where heat will disperse the quickest out of there. So, but what's interesting is the hat itself. This is not a fan. This is an actual cooling system. Does it use coolant, or how does that work?
No, it's solid state physics. It's technically called a hot electron process. It's actually a semiconductor that is analogous to a light emitting diode. The electrons are forced up and down different energy states, and so they have to absorb and release energy. And so it's a solid state semiconductor process that can be, you can have multiple stages and achieve fairly big delta T's, which are differences in temperature. But there are no refrigerants. It's extremely durable. When it's all done properly, it's very reliable. It's lightweight, compact. The only moving parts are the fans or blowers. And in the case of this headgear, the blower, the fans are very carefully designed with magnetic bearings, and they're extra balanced, carefully, so that you've got 2 fans here, and they're sitting next to each other, and they have to be balanced so that they don't generate undesirable harmonics. And so the development of this product has been taken a couple of years, taken actually 3 or 4 years, and it's very deeply thought out from one end to the other.
Okay. So the 2 fans, is one like an intake fan, one's an outtake fan? Are they both blowing different directions? How does that work?
No, they're both blowing in the same direction. It's just in order to package the cooling system as compactly and to make it conform to the shape of the headgear. It's a result of a lot of time and thought. And so instead of just having one air mover, it's got 2. And they're very small, and they are very high performance.
Okay. Now this is not a prototype. You're actually selling these, correct?
The motorcycle helmet version is on sale online.
Okay.
These are pre-production prototypes. I've got this is the baseball cap.
Okay.
And this is extremely light, very, very lightweight.
Do you know the weight on it?
And I can't recall the exact weight in ounces offhand right
Is
now.
it just probably a little bit heavier than like a batter's helmet with a little bit of weight in the back type
Well,
thing?
it's lighter than a batter's helmet because a batter's helmet is very thick.
Okay.
This is it's so light that you barely even notice that it's on your head, except for the cooling effect.
Really?
Yes.
That's awesome. Now,
But
in the back there, in the back, I'm assuming there's a battery back there, and then the cooler. How does that work?
Okay. One thing you don't want to do is this is the where's the camera?
You got it. Raise it up a little bit. There you go.
Power cord. Here's the power cord. Okay. Well, there are two ways of powering these things. First of all, you don't want to put the weight of a battery in the headgear because that's something that then you have to carry with your neck. So it's better to put a battery remotely, to have that remotely, like in your pocket. And so the other means is with the motorcycle helmet, you can plug that into the motorcycle. It comes with an adapter cord. So it's very easy to set it up so that you can just plug it into the bike. And that way you don't have to bother with a battery. And
I'm assuming it has some sort of detachable device. So if you walk off the bike, you're not dragging the bike with you with your helmet.
Those, yes, the motorcycles, standard motorcycle cords are designed precisely so that if you do that, it will disengage without pulling the bike over. Yeah.
Okay, so you have the baseball cap. You're working on a baseball cap and a construction cap, correct?
Yes. Now with the construction, with the hard hat. Another option is a universal AC 110 to 220 volt AC line power supply for stationary applications.
Let's talk, and I know you're probably not going down this path yet, but you've got to have been asked about the possible medical aspect to this, having a full-size helmet that's also working as a mask with air conditioning coming through there for a doctor or a nurse or anything like that. Have you done any research into something more on the medical field?
Oh yes, people have. I've been contacted for a number of different medical applications, including for surgeons. Sometimes, apparently, they get sweaty and hot, and there are lots of lights, and there's lots of equipment inside the OR, and it's and then there are other issues where patients have some sort of condition where they are wearing some sort of apparatus, an electronic device, and the device tends to put out a lot of heat, and they're looking for solutions. There are potential applications there.
Okay, so lots of great things there. But right now, the motorcycle helmet is available. What type of price points are we talking with that?
Well, motorcycle helmet MSRP is $599, and it's been on sale a couple of times online. But it's actually the air-conditioned motorcycle helmet at feherhelmets.com actually weighs less than some plain helmets because it's been very, very carefully designed. And so it's not just that it's cooling, but it's also lighter than some plain helmets. And it's also active safety because instead of just having something that's on your head that prevents you from being injured if you go flying off the motorcycle and hit your head on something. Instead of doing that, it helps you to be much more alert mentally, which is even better because when you're alert mentally, you're able to avoid more accidents. You're able to avoid an accident if you're sharp.
Oh yeah.
So
absolutely.
That's active safety. And then the other thing is that most helmets don't do you any good unless you do have a crash. Whereas with the air conditioned helmet, even if you don't crash, instead of making you more uncomfortable because it holds your heat in, it's making you more comfortable. So it's kind of like a win-win situation.
Well, there could also be, does it also help with the glass? Because there's, of course, probably a shield over their heads. Does it help with keeping that from fogging over?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So there's an added bonus right there too.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, where do this is exciting. We could probably go on for a couple more hours learning a little bit more about these helmets. But where do people go to find out about getting themselves one of these motorcycle helmets, or about the baseball cap coming up?
Well, I suppose the main reason I'm doing CES 21 is I'm looking for licensees, because my business model over the years has been to license, because I started the business in Hawaii. Hawaii is not a manufacturing state. So the company just really grew from the standpoint of licensing instead of actually going into the manufacturing phase and from there. So I'm open to starting a startup if that's how it should be done for some of these other potentially large applications. Although my business model has been licensing. So.
Okay, well, and yeah, that's up to you. But you do have the motorcycle helmet for sale, correct?
Yes.
You said
yes.
Where do people go to find this motorcycle helmet?
Okay, that's feherhelmets.com. It's Feher, which is my last name, helmets.com. And
that's one word, no slashes or anything like that.
No, it's one word. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. All right, well, perfect, Steve. That is awesome. I'll try and get one in shop here and test it out and go from there. But I know, during the summer, I know there's many of my friends are in construction, or they're out. It's warm outside, so they want to try and keep cool as much as possible. I'd love to see how far this goes and how this is going to change the way that we work and play as well. So thank you again, Steve, for your time, and Feher Helmets. That's awesome at CES.
All right. Thanks, Jeffrey.
Thanks a lot for watching this video for the CES Virtual by Geekazine. If you're over on geekazine.com or youtube.com/Geekazine, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, hit the bell notification so you know when the next video comes out. Until next time, you guys geek out and take care.